But, you know, you usually just don't even know. It's like, oh, it says an ability. Oh, you don't need an Urborg?
I've watched so many players win games just by cranking it out.
I know, just like 3, 3, 3. Oh, it's 30 now. I guess you're dead.
You grab the deck list, sorry?
Yeah.
Thank you. So this is going to be our matchup for this round. Andrew Boody with, looks just like Zoo.
Oh, wow.
Burn Zoo versus Enchantress.
This is not, this is...
We're going to be here for a while, I think.
This was the Zoo player I was talking about, who I think he just beat Bug still. Looks like he just has one Sacred Foundry.
Yeah,
probably
like he's
just
a
short of
plateau
play.
short.
Yeah, I mean, it's Zoo, who cares, you know, never actually met.
I mean, sometimes you got to crack Fact Shake too, right?
Yeah, I guess this is real Burn Zoo. He's got Goblin Guide. I like it. I'm a big fan of this one. He's got a Green Sun Zenith to get a Gadok Teague. Let's see, he has, what else? He has only 2 Fire Blasts. I'm a big fan of running more and just really lighting them on fire really hard, but...
Someone's just gonna torch him.
Chain Lightning, Lightning Bolt, Lightning Helix, no Step Links, only 2 Pride Mages, effectively 3 with the Zenith. And let's see what this Enchantress player has here.
Everything it looks like.
He's got Argothian Enchantress, as usual, Wars of War, City Solitude, Holistic Wisdom. Now that is a card that...
I haven't seen that card for a long time.
I believe it's 1 green.
Correct.
2, discard a card from your hand.
Exile that card.
Exile a card from your hand.
Yes.
Regrowth a card from your graveyard that shares a type.
Correct.
So
you could exile an enchantment to get any enchantment that's
right.
dead.
So he can rebuy. He has 3 Exploration is one that I've not seen in Enchantress for a long time. Actually, it has not been around lately. He's got Utopia Sprawl, Elven Grass, Enchantress's Presence, Sterling Grove, Enlightened Tutor, Aura of Silence, Oblivion Ring as tutor targets, 2 Replenish, 2 Sigil of the Empty Throne, 3 Solitude Confinement, 2 Mirror's Guile. Only 1 Sarah Sanctum.
Don't they normally play a lot of Sarah Sanctum?
I'm used to seeing 2, like
2 or 3, right?
more than 1.
Yeah. Interesting.
So and his sideboard is actually everything.
Yeah, that's what I said. He has everything.
Okay.
It's 14. It's 13 one-ofs and a 2-of.
Okay, he's got Dovescape, 3 white in this deck. It's a Zorius mana, but this deck can't make blue. Whenever a player plays a non-creature spell, counter it, and put a X/1/1 Doves, 1/1 bird tokens in play with flying. X is that spell's converted mana cost. So that's, you know, locks out a lot of the combo decks. And you still cantrip off all your enchantresses, so you still get going with that card.
And if you Solitary Confinement into play, it's just a lock, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like I said, the one issue is Pride Mage is a way to get out from under.
Right.
That's a big change recently.
There's a Rune Halo.
Okay.
2 Suppression Fields. It's a 1 white enchantment from Ravnica.
Really
activated abilities cost 2 more to play.
It's not non-mana. It's
or non-mana activated.
It is non-mana, but it's not non-land, so it stops fetch lands. If you go turn 2 Suppression Field, your opponent has to pay 2 mana to crack all their fetch lands.
I feel like I have to say what half of these cards do. It's Karmic Justice, 2 and a white enchantment from Odyssey. Whenever a permanent you control is destroyed by a spell or ability an opponent controls, you destroy a permanent they control.
Well, let's run through the rest of them real fast.
Creature? I don't even know what half these cards do.
We'll go through
them in
sideboarding. Yeah.
Okay, so Chris Gibbons is on the play,
and Chris is playing the Enchantress deck, as you will soon see.
I think we have those reversed, I believe. That's Andrew Boody on the right.
Yeah.
Chris Gibbons on the left. Chris Gibbons is the Enchantress player. Andrew will be leading on a Wild Nicodle, which best creature in the deck by far.
Yep, that's when you always want to draw. I was talking to Brian Cole, and he said that the games where you have Nicodle on turn 1 versus the games where you have any other one drop on turn 1 are just dramatically different.
It's Bolt versus Shock every single turn.
Yeah, it's insane. Makes a huge difference.
You know, the only other creature capable of producing the same amount of damage it does is Step Links, and you can't really play that anymore with Misstep.
Yeah, like we were talking earlier about how that's a big problem with Misstep. So the house will be a 3/3. Chris says something. This is a bad matchup for Zoo, right?
You know, everyone always says Enchantress beats all these decks, but you know, I always just win. Like, oh, Merfolk's really, you know, like Enchantress is really bad for Merfolk, and then like you just daze something, and then you just force something, and they're just like, oh well, I'm dead. And like with Zoo, it's just like you Pride Mage them once. I just keep seeing Enchantress lose to Zoo whenever I watch, and I don't know why. Like Enchantress should be good, and I really have no idea. It's one of those things where it should be good. People say it's good, but Zoo just brings the good beats sometimes. And Enchantress is a little bit slow at times. And it's pretty easy to just like... Enchantress, you can just make a little bit of a misstep, lose a little bit of damage against the Zoo player. Maybe, misevaluate what you're doing with the Solitary Confinement and just die.
For what's worth, Chris Gibbons named white on that Utopia Sprawl. So now, whenever he taps his Forest, he'll get a white and a green mana.
Mm-hmm.
Now, accelerate him into some quick plays. A key card here might be the 2 Kozali Pride Mages in Andrew's deck.
And the Green Sun Zenith.
And the Green Sun Zenith to find it.
Andrew plays a Sylvan Library. We can expect that one to be drawing a lot of cards.
Pretty much can take damage from that without too much concern. I mean, you maybe get Words of Ward out.
Yeah. Looks like Chris does not have a Enchantress effect unless he's holding it, but...
And really, this deck, you have to have an Enchantress effect. It's so important. Mm-hmm. It's possible he maybe has some Lightning Tutor to go find it, and he's going to have to wait a turn to get it going. There's one Lightning Tutor in the deck. But the way the Enchantress deck works, if you've never seen it in action, is you play either Argothian Enchantress or Enchantress's Presence, which says whenever you play an enchantment, draw a card, then you play a ton of enchantments, which all cantrip off each other.
So Andrew takes 4 to draw an extra card off of his Sylvan Library.
And so if you don't have an Enchantress in your hand, it's a big issue. Goblin Guide.
Yeah, good beats. Goblin Guide. Oh, yeah.
Serving for 7. That is just insane. Flip the top card. Sees the Plains, goes into his hand. Sees a Solitary Confinement. Now, that Confinement could buy him some time.
It can.
Solitary Confinement, basically, the short version of Solitary Confinement is you skip your draw step, you discard a card every turn, but you can't be targeted or dealt damage while it's in play.
And a Curd. This is quite the beatdown crew.
Yeah, wow.
This is actually just lethal damage on board.
So it's lethal damage, but I think Chris is about to set up exactly what he needs. So he's going to go Enchantress for some kind of Enchantress Presence, probably, right? And then he's going to play... Oh, he gets Elephant Grass.
He has to get Elephant Grass. He can't get Solitary because he needs to keep drawing cards.
Well, he didn't get Solitary. We just know it was on top of his deck. He had to shuffle it away. Sorry.
If he gets an Enchantress, there's no card he can really play. He just kind of dies here.
I was going to say, he could play Solitary on his turn, discard a card the next one, then play Enchantress Presence and start doing whatever he needs to do.
Yeah, but that's the problem is the Enchantress the Solitary was on top of his deck. And,
right, and it wasn't in his hand,
Yeah.
Goblin Guide does not just automatically give you the card. It's
no,
on top of the library.
It's not.
It's just telepathy half the time.
Yeah.
R2 telepathy.
Best red creature of all time, plus a telepathy.
Alright, Elephant Grass comes down. And Elephant Grass is a card, a lot of people might not know what that card does. And the first time Ben Swartz told me about it, I didn't even believe him that was a card. But Elephant Grass, it's a single green, and it has cumulative upkeep 1, so every turn you have to pay 1 plus the number of times you paid the upkeep. Black creatures just straight up can't attack you. And non-black creatures can attack you unless their controller pays 2 for each creature he or she controls that's attacking you. So it's a ghostly prison, and black creatures are just locked out.
This was actually printed before Propaganda or Ghostly Prison. This was like the original one.
Yeah, it's the original one, the weird one.
Yeah.
You get stuck in with the elephants and apparently can't attack anymore. You're just like riding around on them too much. You're like, woo, elephants, and then you don't want to do anything else. So Andrew surfs in with 3.
Takes another 4, but doesn't really matter for him.
And Chris down to 6 life. Gonna pay 1 for that Elephant Grass. Grim Lawmancer for Andrew, and that'll deal 5 damage.
Yeah.
Alright, Chris cracks Horizon Canopy quickly, trying to find something to do. Another Elephant Grass.
That'll help coming up in a couple turns when he starts running out of mana. Well, there actually won't be another couple turns.
I mean, that Grim Lavamancer is going to take care of business. Plus, any burn spells in Andrew's hand.
Yeah.
I think Andrew might just have this one right here.
Yeah, this doesn't look very good for Chris here. Looks like he sees a bunch of cards, Wild in the Coddle and some lands that don't really do anything.
Is that Lightning Helix?
Chain Lightning to the face.
Chain Lightning you, Lavamancer you.
Lightning Bolt you, by the way. Thanks.
Let me show you my beautiful Lightning Bolt. All right, so now that that's done, let's talk about Chris Gibbons' sideboard. Let's continue explaining cards.
Okay, so Karmic Justice.
It's 2 and a white, and
destroys
it says
a non-creature permanent you control, you can destroy a permanent you control. So whenever one of their spells or abilities kills a non-creature permanent you control...
Say, an enchantment.
Yeah. Or land. That includes Wasteland.
Yeah, so if they wasteland you, you kill something.
Got an Oblivion Ring.
Know what that one does.
Replenish. 3 white. Each player returns all enchantments.
It's 3 white, right?
I said, or 3 and a white. That's what I meant. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
3 and a white. Each player returns all enchantments from their graveyard to play. Sacred Ground. 1 and a white.
I played this card so many times.
Whenever is it spell or is it spell? It's land you control is destroyed by a spell or an ability an opponent controls. Return it to play instead, or return it to play.
Yeah, this is the sick Magnivore card.
We
yes,
have Lignify. Enchanted creature is an 0/4 tree folk.
And it's a tribal card, which could be relevant for Tarmogoyf.
We have Aegis of Honor. Aegis of Honor is going to be huge here.
Oh man, Aegis of Honor. That's a card I haven't played with for a long time.
So it's a white enchantment. You pay 1. The next time I believe it's a black or a red source of your choice. Instant or sorcery would deal damage to you. It does that much to its controller instead.
I think it's just
any instant.
I think it's any instant or sorcery. Yeah, next time instant or sorcery would deal damage to you. It deals damage to its controller.
I'm thinking of a different one that's black and red, but that one's going to be huge against all these burn spells. Ground Seal. We talked about this one briefly earlier. 1 and a green enchantment. When it comes to play, draw a card. Cards with graveyards can't be targeted. We got a Wheel of Sun and Moon. Also talked about this one earlier. Costs 2 Silesia mana, so that's white-green hybrid. And enchants a player. Only 2 cards, I believe, enchant players. Maybe one more.
Psychic Possession, Wheel of Sun and Moon.
I forgot Psychic Possession. There we go.
And what's the third one?
Paradox Haze.
Yes, Paradox Haze.
So Wheel of Sun and Moon is enchanted player. Whenever a card would be put into their graveyard, instead put it on the bottom of their library. He's got 1 Leyline of Sanctity, 1. I don't even know these last 2. Spiritual Focus. Oh, that's
What in the world is this?
Wait. Oh shoot, I remember this card.
Does this give you like a token?
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. What?
Whenever a spell or an ability an opponent controls causes you to discard a card, you gain 2 life and can draw a card.
Wow.
Wait, why don't people play this card? This is a card?
I just got beaten at the Gatherer game. I'm like really good at knowing Magic cards. I have never heard of this card in my life.
I knew it had something to do with an opponent making you discard a card.
So it's 1 and a white. Whenever a spell or ability they control makes you discard a card, you gain 2 life and draw a card. That's pretty sweet. So if they Thoughtseize you, you just draw a card. If they...
Him is only 1 card though, so... But still, that's not a card. No way.
That's pretty unbelievable.
Planner Collapse is the last card.
I think it's like if there's X number of things in play. It's one of the conditional cards from... Yeah.
At the beginning of your upkeep, if there are 4 or more creatures in play, sacrifice it and destroy all creatures. Okay. They can't be regenerated. It costs 1 and a white to play.
Alright.
Spiritual Focus. Wow. That was deep in the tank.
I shouldn't ask the question. I was going to ask if anyone out there knows what Spiritual Focus does. You should let us know via Twitter so we can, give you commendations. But I'm sure there's plenty of people out there who know what the card does. I just can't believe we've never heard of it before. It's like Masks is a weird block, has all these weird rares that no one has ever played with before. So
I thought it was from Prophecy. I thought it was some completely different card. Oh wow.
Wow. What a weird card.
It's yeah.
I can't even think of the last time that was played.
I don't think it has been at all.
I bet if you look through like the source forums and Enchantress, it's probably there somewhere. But
yeah. So Andrew Boody, his sideboard doesn't really have that much here. Ancient Grudge, Canonist is okay. Path to Exile does nothing. Argothian Enchantress is Shroud. Red Blast, nothing. Gaddock Teague. Gaddock Teague stops Replenish. It stops Sigil of the Empty Throne. Probably not worth it though. Null Rod doesn't do anything, and GT does not do
Alright, so we're off to the races. Craig Gibbons has Forest Go, nothing else.
Looks like he has an Argothian Enchantress.
I also see Elephant Grass in his hand. Yes. So this is pretty much the start you want. He's going to go turn 2 Enchantress, turn 3, start doing things that Andrew Boody is not going to enjoy.
Right.
So Andrew cracks his land, gets a Taiga. I think we're going to see a Wild Nacatl or a 2-power creature.
Looks like a Curtis.
Alright, looks like Curtis is coming down.
Curtis the Ape?
Curtis the Ape, as Phil Cape used to say.
Yeah.
Now, good enough to be banned at one point. Just saying.
Look at Wild Nacatl. It looks like Chris drew another Enchantress effect.
Enchantress's Presence. So he can go turn 2 Argothian Enchantress, turn 3 Enchantress's Presence, draw a card, and then he draws 2 cards for every enchantment he plays. He also has the option to just Elephant Grass next turn.
Man, it looks like he's running a little bit of the Mike Thompson, just pushing all of his cards slowly forward. That's double Goblin Guide.
Wow, that's a really good draw.
That is very, very aggressive and very, very necessary if he's going
Make
to...
sure Craig flips his lands here.
Oh, yes.
He's going to take 6, and he's going to get peeks at the top of his library.
This kind of start's going to be necessary for Andrew to actually beat Chris before he starts getting every piece of the lock in play.
Yeah, I think you have to play Elephant Grass this turn. Oh, no, don't draw. Tell him not to draw.
It was a Utopia spell.
Well,
did they reveal?
I thought for sure they were going to go to reveal there. All right, well, hopefully it's getting resolved. The judge is intervening right now. Now, we saw which card he drew.
Yeah, it's very clearly a Utopia spell.
But typically what will happen is the judge will make them resolve it now.
Yeah, mistrigger.
Mistrigger, you just resolve the triggered ability currently.
This is not a failure to reveal. This is a mistrigger. Failure to reveal is only if you resolve an effect, but fail to reveal as part of the effect. So that'd be something like...
So he should reveal the top of his library currently.
I believe so. Yeah.
No, he just did. Like I just saw him do it.
Okay.
I didn't see what card it was though. The camera was tilted away. Okay. So anyway, Chris plays Elephant Grass.
I think it was an Enchantress's Presence because that was the first thing he drew when he started playing stuff.
Okay. So he played Elephant Grass, which I think he has to play this turn.
Yes, I would agree with
that. To lock out Andrew from just playing a bunch of guys and attacking him.
Loose definition of lockout at this point. I think that I guess 12 life from the attack is still pretty high up there.
So let's see. He probably attack for 2. Yeah, so he revealed Enchantress's Presence. You're right, off the Goblin Guide trigger. So attack for 2 with one of the creatures. Oh, no, just play Sylvan Library. Yeah. Maybe Andrew's just going to go for the old burn 'em out plan.
Yep.
But if Chris just finds solitary confinement or something, that should be lights out.
I don't think there's enough time for the burn 'em out plan if he finds confinement early enough. So I think that Andrew's fine just doing 3. This.
There's Presence. Draw 2 cards.
1.
Or 1 card, sorry.
2 cards next time.
2 cards next time.
Rapidly approaching 2 cards. Andrew fetches on end step.
So our Growthian Enchantress, for those who don't know, it's a 1 and a green 0/2.
0/1.
0/1.
Shroud.
It's got Shroud, and whenever you play enchantment, you draw a card. Enchantress's Presence is the same thing, but not a creature. It's just an enchantment.
It's 2 and a green for that. No Shroud.
Yeah, no Shroud.
Yeah. We're having so much trouble with these cards, but could be worse. At the Indie 5K, a friend of mine played this deck only. He played it all European languages. With the walled forests.
With the what?
The German forest with the plains art. And matching plains.
His goal was to just be as confusing as possible.
So Andrew reveals, not reveals, but looks at, doesn't look like any burn spells from here. I saw Grim Lavamancer.
Looks like he's just taking all 3. I mean, his life total isn't that relevant at this point.
No.
Why would you play a deck that it's going to take forever anyway and make so many judge calls during the match? That doesn't make any sense.
He plays it really fast. I've actually never seen him go to time with it.
Oh, well,
but it takes a lot.
Something. All right, so anyway, back to this game. It's still pretty ridiculous, though. All right, Andrew trying to figure out how can he make sure he can deal enough damage. So Kurtap's going to get in for 2. That'll serve Chris down to 12 life, but Andrew's in a rough position. Looks like Grim Lavamancer probably. Yeah, there's the Lava Man himself. The freshly reprinted M12 card. That's the Torment version you see there, but
I like the Torment art a lot better.
I also like the Torment art.
The lava's real cool.
I mean, he's a Lavamancer. So
exactly. He also has an Obstinate Familiar on his shoulder.
Yes, that's always my favorite. Good old Obstinate Familiar. You don't have to draw if you don't want to.
Yeah.
All right, so Chris
cracks a fetch, it looks like, going down to 11.
Getting a forest.
Worst part of the Euro language cards, your opponents pick them up thinking they're English. Let me read that. Nope.
Because they don't, yeah, sure. I mean, maybe Kreckenspiel Bleckesberg is actually a card, right? Like. All right, so.
Elephant Grass is being paid for.
Looks like a Sterling Grove. Yeah, Sterling Grove off the top for Chris Gibbons.
And that's one of the cards he was looking for. That should help set everything up real fast, especially with that replenish that he drew. But it looks like he just drew the solitary
I'm
anyway.
pretty sure that's solitary confinement, yeah.
Yeah,
I think
he has used his land drop for the turn, so Andrew does have one more turn of being able to do anything, it looks like. But
and then I think we're getting locked in a padded room, and that should be that.
yeah, I think once that happens, he cannot Kasali Pride Mage. He might be able to double Pride Mage his way out, but I think that Chris is going to find a win condition or second Sterling Grove before.
Yeah, once Chris plays that solitary confinement, I think you should easily be able to win the game.
I think more realistically is Andrew has to stop and really think that probably don't want to be continuing this game.
William on Twitter says he would love to see pics of the all foreign, all wrong planes art Enchantress stack. You should get your friend to post it somewhere. That could be good.
I'll have to do that once he gets the foreign flexing switchers.
Oh, that's all he's missing?
Yeah.
So let's see. Andrew cracks fetch land.
Yeah, he's got this one turn, and then I'm pretty sure that there's only 2 Pride Mages in his deck even, so...
Yeah, I mean, the only question at that point is it good for Andrew to make him play it out? Because in a Game 3 situation, Zudek can win quickly, the Enchantress deck can't. So taking more time off the clock could benefit Andrew here.
Yeah, I guess they could both be in with a draw. It might be better for Andrew to make him play it out.
Yeah.
You know, wait till there's... you gotta wait till there's about, like, maybe 15... Somewhere between 15 and 12. I don't know what the ideal number is.
15 and 12 damage, or...?
Minutes.
For what, Enchantress to win, or...?
Like, you just pass your turns and then scoop when there's about 15 to 12 minutes on the clock.
Oh.
You're not stalling, just draw your card pass immediately.
Yeah. I mean, you're not doing anything illegal or against the rules. You're just,
Yeah. Stalling is only when you're actively, making motions, wasting time. If you're not making motions, you're just letting your opponent play the game. It's like letting your opponent combo out and hoping they make a mistake. That's not stalling.
Right.
Yeah.
And, I mean, Craig, I think, will probably close the game pretty fast, though.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got enough ways to win. Andrew has to pick up solitary confinement, and he's not going to like what he sees there.
Oh, no.
If you're a beatdown player and you have to read that card, it is bad news.
Yeah.
So
Chris has a huge grip right there.
So let me get this straight. I can't target you or deal damage to you.
And I can't target the solitary confinement because of the Sterling Grove.
Well, good thing there's the draw. Oh, wait. Drawback. Discard a card every turn, huh?
Oh, yeah. Cool. That's a good thing we're drawing 2 cards every turn. Oh, yeah. That's the actual lock.
There's Sterling Grove. Yeah, now Andrew is locked out of winning this game.
Yeah.
I'm looking over double check. I'm not missing anything. Yeah, Andrew cannot win this game.
It basically involves Christopher Gibbons getting a game loss.
Yeah, or doing something
really
horrendous.
dumb. Yeah.
Like maybe forgetting to pay for solitary confinement or something like that.
He even has a replenish in his hand, so if he forgets, he just plays the replenish or another solitary.
And then Andrew would have to have like 4 burn spells or something. All
yeah,
right.
it's...
Andrew drops some more guys out. Not really all that relevant.
Yeah, this is...
Chris cracked one of his Sterling Groves.
Probably just finding the sigil to close.
Yep.
I guess
that shouldn't take too long.
No. Maybe he wants Words of War to close? Yeah,
Andrew's
pretty low. Yeah.
Sigil.
He doesn't have a red mana, but that should be easy to fix.
Ruben Bressler just walked by. Won this round 2, going to 6-0-2 with his mono blue deck. Undefeated still, trying to go in the back doorway.
After this round, I'm pretty sure he's one of 3 undefeateds in this event.
So, never played the mono blue deck before, but worked out well for him so far.
I mean, 4 stolen brainstorm. How hard can it be?
Yeah. Let's see. So Chris Gibbons cracks Windswept Teeth, and at this point, like just all going through the motions. Plays Enchantress Presence, draws some cards.
You have to find a Utopia spell so we can make red mana to put this Words of War in play.
Does a little. There's the Words of War.
Oh, the Utopia spell was on red mana. Oh yeah, then it's over.
Does a little dance, makes a little love, gets down tonight, and that's gonna be the end of this.
Yeah. Oh, another Sterling Grove just so he cannot actually be killed at all on the next turn. Oh, I guess he can't.
So what Words of War does for you who don't know is it says 1, skip your next draw step. You deal 2 damage. Yeah. So you tend to draw a lot of cards in this Enchantress deck. So you just pay some mana, skip your draw step, shock your opponent a bunch of times, and they die.
I think Andrew's
got a bunch of cards in his hand.
Oh yeah, this was the. Oh wait, you forgot to discard. Oh yeah, I did.
I think he also forgot to draw 2 cards.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So he's gonna discard some cards.
At this point, it's just
going through motion. Then Andrew can do whatever he wants to do here, but
then game 3.
And then game 3, and I mean Andrew being on the play will certainly make a big difference. If Andrew was on the play this game, it might have been a big thing if you just run a couple burn spells, because that would have been 7 more damage to Chris Gibbons' left.
Right. I'm trying to think if he wants to leave in Gaddock Teague for game 3. Tarmogoyf might not actually be good here. I think Sylvan Library might not be good here either. I think you want Aethersworn Cannon, so that card's pretty good here.
Cannon seems important. There's a Lightning Helix. Helix is his own Tarmogoyf. Okay.
Yeah, you definitely want Aethersworn Canonist to just, look at how many spells, like, once they play their first enchantment in a turn, they're just locked. Like, they can't do anything else that turn.
And the Cannon is really important. And he plays out the Destroy All Creatures card.
Super.
Probably didn't need to show that one, but
no.
Does anyway. Just puts the fear into Andrew Boody.
I realistically think that if my opponent played that card, I might not remember what it does by the middle of game 2. I might not remember the name.
You're like, wait.
What's that junk rare from Urza's Legacy?
Like, oh, wait. That's when wherever I discard a card, I gain 2 life, right? No, apparently not.
No.
So now they're all going into a game 3. Now you see Andrew reaching back for a sideboard. He's seen that Chris's deck plays out now. If you didn't know how it worked before, he does now. You and I, it's funny, you and I were actually talking about Enchantress both last night, the night before, on the air a little bit, about how we think it's a reasonable deck to play, and now we see Craig Gibbons in action, playing in contention for top 8.
Looking at these top decks, the blue-white decks don't really have a good way to fight it. Like, I know there's no moat, but the blue-white decks, up until they added Ventility Click, couldn't really beat a moat. And all these counterspells really aren't that great against all the Enchantress cards. A lot of them just cost 3 mana. Fish, people say it's not that great. I've beaten Enchantress with it, but I feel like it definitely could be played out better by the Enchantress player. No Rug, I don't really see a lot of the Enchantress, like, Progenitus is a black creature. It cannot attack through an Elephant Grass.
Elephant Grass is such a ridiculous card.
There's just all these, like, white-black attrition decks. Dredge? Yeah, how does Dredge ever beat an Elephant Grass?
Or a Thief. I'm just saying.
There was no Aura Thief that I saw. Reanimator is good against Enchantress, but there's Reanimator and Hive Mind, and the Imperial Painter deck is okay against this build, but sometimes Enchantress has an Emrakul as the win condition. Imperial Painter's not going to beat you. Right. Oh, mill your deck, and you have a deck.
As long as you don't accidentally draw your Emrakul. But then you discard cards every turn, I guess, right?
Yeah, you
also, with Confinement out, you can't be targeted either. So
yeah, there's a lot of things going wrong in that matchup. And against a lot of these decks, Enchantress is just unfair enough that people don't really have a good way to interact with it, but it's just reasonable enough that it's not all in on all these 1-drops and 2-drops.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I think this Enchantress deck is really interesting. It's certainly a deck to watch, and it's a deck that's not hurt too much by Mental Misstep either, right?
It's kind of obnoxious that they can hit your Utopia spells and stuff, some draws, make your mana a bit worse. He has Exploration, a lot of the builds have Wild Growth, but yeah. One of the cards he doesn't have that a lot of the builds have is Humility. And I have to say I'm kind of glad because I know there'd be a million questions. I have no idea what happens.
All right, so players lead off. Andrew has turn 1 Wild Nacatl. Chris has the turn 1 Exploration. Speaking of, so insane start. Turn 1 Land Exploration, Land Utopia Sprawl.
Yeah.
He's going to have access to up to 5 mana on turn 2 if he wants.
That's does not bode well.
If he has the lands, of course. Yeah, getting those missteps is annoying, but I think your deck can still operate outside of that.
Yeah,
and if they're misstepping you, you probably have the time to build your deck, to build up your game plan outside of that.
It's just annoying. It's not like a Brainstorm. It's not like it's the best card in your deck like that, but it's just so bad.
I think it's really. I named white on the Utopia Sprawl, and I think we're seeing this where if you just play a deck that's good against the misstep decks, I think that's where the format's heading. These decks are going to start creeping up towards the top.
Right.
And, we'll see how that changes the format.
Looks like Andrew has a solid Pride Mage that could help with this. Beats down for... Important part actually here, almost more important, is that it hits basically haste damage here.
Yeah, it deals 4 straight to Chris, and then he can use it to destroy an enchantment later on, which is very relevant. Especially with Andrew on the play.
Oh wow, that is a lot of land.
5 mana, Sigil of the Empty Throne. Chris is not messing around. Enchantress? What's an Enchantress?
Let's see. Can't really see what's in his hand.
So if you're Andrew, you just have to kill that, right?
Yeah.
Pretty sure you just have to kill that.
Bash for 5 first, but...
Otherwise, you're just going to have to fight a bunch of angels.
Yeah. Chris is at 11. I don't know what burn is in his hand. He's got a Curd Ape. Just progress the board, blow some stuff up.
And turn
You have to
2
blow
Sigil
that
of the
up.
Empty Throne?
Yeah, that's not realistic, is it?
Pretty insane.
I guess if we made an angel, it would be less realistic.
Yeah,
If you had
it's
like
true.
land, exploration, land, Utopia Sprawl. You know, one of those hands.
So it looks like Chris drew Elephant Grass, which will certainly help him out.
Yes.
Alright, so there's Sterling Grove. And there's the Elephant Grass.
I don't know if that's enough though. He doesn't have an Enchantress effect, and he's basically just kind of buying a little bit of time.
Well, the Sterling Grove could go find Enchantress Presence.
That is true.
Obviously, if he had the Grove before the Shrine or the Sigil, this could have been insane.
It looks like he's down to 1 card though, so I don't
Yeah.
even know if he can go off from there.
Right, I mean, you have to draw more enchantments. Fortunately, the Enchantress deck is good at drawing enchantments, but... Alright, looks like Chain Lightning you, says Andrew Boody.
Down to 8.
Down to 8 life. Tarmogoyf's going to crash in for 3, I think?
4. Sorcery, creature, enchantment, land.
Ah, the creature. I forgot about the Pride Mage.
I don't think there's an instant, so I think that's putting him to 4. This could be Fire Blast time.
Alright, let's see Fire Blast in Andrew Booty's hand. Alright, so Chris cracks that. And what are we going to go see? What can he get here? I don't know if he can get anything. He
Has to be present.
gets into Presence. But, I mean, he goes to the top of his deck, right? Yeah, he's like, oh, wait, it goes to the top of my deck, doesn't it?
He doesn't have a moat. That's the problem.
He can get another Elephant Grass and just try to buy as much time as possible to restock his hand. You're right, he doesn't have a moat.
He has everything but the moat.
Moat is a pretty prohibitively expensive card.
It really is. Everything but the moat and the humility. Those are both cards that would help here.
Alright, so Chris gets Enchantress Presence.
He chooses the foil one instead of the non-foil, I believe was the decision there.
I mean, it's pretty important. It costs one less than Super Secret Tech in play.
Yeah.
What would the card have to be in Chris's hand to make that work out?
Elephant Grass.
Elephant Grass?
Yes.
Alright, let's see if he can go nuts.
Maybe he was supposed to get a... Probably supposed to get Oblivion Ring, actually. Yeah, this just does not look very good for him.
Alright, here comes the Presence. Is that a grass?
Mirror's Gal, yeah, he's dead.
Yeah, he's dead, right?
Yeah, on
Okay.
board.
Yeah, as long as Tarmogoyf attacks, the game's over. Man, Chris with an insane start, but not going to be enough.
No.
Alright, that's it.
And
Andrew Boody.
Zoo takes out Enchantress.
Dude takes it down.
To proceed to, I believe, X1 right now?
Should be X1, yeah.
Yep.
It's crazy. So Enchantress falls to X2, close still in top 16 contention if he wins next round. But we could see a Zoo deck fighting for its berth in the top 8 here.
Yeah, Zoo is a good deck right now, and Goblin Guide's a good card.
Goblin Guide.
People do not respect that he is the actual best red 1-drop of all time.
It's pretty insane. Better than Goblin Welder? I guess they do very different things, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Goblin
that's
Welder's
aggressive.
a blue. Goblin Welder's a blue card.
Fair.
The only real one that's a red card is like Goblin Lackey.
So we're back to the booth. I'm Gavin Verham here with Ari Lax. We just saw Enchantress vs. Zoo. Pretty interesting matchup in the game 3 of the Enchantress deck.